ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। When we have too many thoughts in our head, ਜਦੋਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਫੁਰਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੈ, ਬਹੁਤ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਤੇਜ਼ੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ। We have to do the Simran in high pitch. Slowly and slowly, with Vaheguruji's Kirpa, when our thoughts goes less and less, then we go in a Sahaj Avastha, we try to go in. But the idea is we have to listen to our own voice. Apni awaaz nu aap sunna. There are a lot of confusion in the world about who is Guru, who can teach us to connect with Vaheguru. The same question was asked by Siddhas, the sages, to Guru Nanak Dev Ji. This is a beautiful story. Guru Nanak Dev Ji went to the Himalayas, very close to Everest, where most of the people cannot even go. It's very difficult. Today also, the people who try to go there, it's very difficult. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji with Bhai Mardana, he went there. And first, they took him lightly. The Siddhas, they took him very lightly because he was young at that point of time. And these Siddhas were of hundreds of ages. Their age was hundreds of years. some were for 100 years, कोई 100 सालां दा सी, कोई 200 सालां दा, कोई 300 सालां दा, वक्खो वक्खरी उम्र सी. Why, how can a person live for so long? Is it even possible? And Maharaj basically gave us that knowledge. Everything happens in our body based on the pavan. That pavan, that breath which we take, our mind connects with that breath, and based on the breath we have a lot of thoughts. We cannot live without the breath. Maharaj has written certain number of breaths, certain number of pavan, and that based on that we live a particular age. Some people have more breath, some people have less. It all about, we call it swas. Punjabi ਚ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਵਾਸ. ਜਿੰਨੇ ਸਵਾਸ ਲਿਖੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਸਰੀਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ. We can live in this body based on how many swas we have. If we have less swas, we will live for less time. If we have more swas, we'll live for more time. Siddhas had a technique to control those swas. They were not even taking those breaths. When somebody don't take a breath, ਜਦੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਸਵਾਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈਂਦਾ, then your age becomes more. So that's why if you will see, dog dies very early because they take breath very high. ਉਹ ਸਵਾਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਬੜੀ ਤੇਜ਼ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ. ਬੰਦਾ depending upon if you are perfectly fine, if you are doing something based on how many swas you are taking, your age will be dependent on that. Nobody can change the number of swas, number of breaths. Those breaths are already written by Vaheguruji. Jinne ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਪੂਰੇ life ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, in whole life, if you have to take 50 swas or 60 swas or whatever number of swas you have to take in a day, in an hour, it has been preordained. But with the yogic techniques, which is not allowed in Gurbani, you can control the swas. You can control the swas, as in you can stop the swas. That's through yogic exercises. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji gave us a technique where we can balance our swas, balance our breaths. When we are taking a breath, if we all notice, we are either taking it from the left nostril or the right nostril. Now, based on the breath, whether it is coming on the left nostril or the right nostril, you will have different kinds of thoughts. Left nostril, if the thoughts are there, let's do this exercise again, which we tried last week also. Just close your eyes and just try to breathe from your nose. Just for a second, close your eyes and try to breathe from your nose. And check from which nostril, left nostril or a right nostril, the breath is coming. Again, let's take a deep breath. Hold it. Breathe out. Again, take a deep breath in. Hold it. Take a breath out. We are not trying to do a yoga, but we are going to see scientifically where the breath is going in. ਸਾਡੇ ਸਵਾਸ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਆ ਰਹੇ, ਕਿਹੜੀ ਨਾਸਕਾ ਤੋਂ, ਖੱਬੀ ਨਾਸਕਾ ਤੋਂ ਜਾਂ ਸੱਜੀ ਨਾਸਕਾ ਤੋਂ. Whether our breath is coming from the left nostril or the right nostril. You will notice, based on where your breath is coming in and going out, your thoughts will be based on that. Mostly, if you are breathing from the right side, you will have a tamoguni thoughts. What is tamogun? Tamogun is lust, greed, anger, attachment, ego, all the negative thoughts. They're dark thoughts mostly. That's why, some people say when they are angry, the body is dissipating heat. Garam, sharir garam ho janda. The body becomes hot. mostly their swas is coming on the right hand side. And if somebody is taking a breath from the left hand side, they will have mostly different kind of thoughts, not lust, greed, anger, attachment. We call it Rajoguni thoughts. Rajoguni thoughts are hopes, desires, wishes, that sort of stuff. Guru Nanak Dev Ji told us to balance these balance this breath which is coming from the left and right nostril. ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਵਾਸ ਸਾਡੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਬੈਲੈਂਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ. What does that mean, balancing? Balancing means equal number of thoughts, equal number of swas, equal number of breaths from the left, equal number of from the right. Now, normally in Indian tradition or the Siddhas, what they used to do was, they used to do some yogic exercises. You must have heard about pranayam. Pranayam karte si. Something like that, to manage it. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, this is not the way we do in Sikhi. Maharaj says, what we have to do in Sikhi is, how we meditate, not by the physical exercises, because the game is all about mind. Man di sari game. To balance these thoughts, what you have to do is, you have to bring your mind in peace. And how can we do that? When we do Sas Gira Simran. What is Sas Gira Simran? Vah, tummy in, Guru, tummy out. Automatically when you will listen to your own voice, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ 'ਚ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਗਾਵੀਏ, ਸੁਣੀਏ, ਮਨ ਰੱਖੀਏ ਪਾਓ. Listen from your ears, chant from your tongue. Chant from your tongue, listen from your ears. Sarvani suniye, rasna gaiye, hirde tyaiye soye. When we will do that, our thoughts will be managed. They will not be Rajoguni or Tamoguni thoughts. Rather, your mind will start going in peace, in Sattogun. It is called Sattogun. And that is the place where our mind has to travel. Just like we traveled from our home to the Gurdwara through the foot or by the car. Similarly, there is a travel which we have to do by our mind. That journey has to be done by the mind. ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸੁਰਤ. ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਜੀ? ਸੁਰਤ. That surat, our focus, our mind has to travel. Where it has to travel? Very small distance. Actually from your belly button till your eyebrows. Once it crosses the eyebrows, then the game of pavan, the game of swas, the game of breath is gone. That pavan will still remain here, but your sut, your focus, your mind will go above the eyebrows. That's why when Siddhas asked Guru Nanak Dev Ji, who is your Guru? For example, if somebody will ask us, who is our Guru? Who is our Guru? Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. पढ़ते हैं ना सी? आओ सारे पढ़िए एक बारी. बाणी गुरु, गुरु है बाणी, विच बाणी अमृत सारे, गुर बाणी कहे, सेवक जन माने, परतख गुरु निस्तारे. What does that mean? That Gurbani, the scriptures written by the Guru Sahban, by the Bhagat Sahban, who have met Vaheguru. This is their personal experience. Why we read Gurbani? We read Gurbani because we need to learn the personal experiences of the Bhagat Jan, of the Guru Sahban, of Sant Jan, who have met Vaheguru, so that we can learn from Gurbani. That's why we sing it, that's why we learn it. So similarly, when Siddhas, who were living in the Himalayas, and they were hundreds of years, they knew how to control their breath. They were of long age, like 200 years, 300 years, and it is written somewhere like 400, 500. I don't know how much it is true. It is not written in Gurbani, but it comes in the history. Irrespective of that, they asked him, and Guru Nanak Dev Ji was young, very young. They said, who is your Guru? And Guru Nanak Dev Ji replied in Gurbani, Pavan Aramb Satgur Mat Vela Shabad Guru Surt Tun Chela. Shabad Guru. And he said, what do you mean by Shabad Guru? They knew how to control their breath, but they didn't knew about the Shabad. We'll try to talk about Shabad. But before we talk about the Shabad, we need to understand what is Guru's Shabad. What is Guru's Shabad? But let's focus on the first line first. Pavan Aramb, Satgur Mat Vela. This game, this world, when it was created, the first thing which was created for everybody was Pavan, the breath. Can anybody live without the breath? No. That's why Guru Sahib said, Pavan Aramb, the game of this world, the living beings which we see around, they came into the picture through Pavan. Pavan Aramb Satgur Matvela. As soon as the Pavan came, Satguru started doing his business. Now, who is a Satguru? Who is Satguru? That Satguru Ji is in everybody. Satguru Ji is living in everybody in the form of light. In the form of light. We read it, Sab mein jot, jot hai soe, tisde chanan, sab mein chanan hoye. That Satguru is invisible. You cannot see him with these eyes. And it is inside. When we will go inside, when I say inside, what does that mean? Some people challenge me, what do you mean by when you say inside? If I will do my MRI scan or an X-ray, what will you see inside me? Bones. With the MRI scan, maybe a brain and other stuff, arteries and all. With the X-ray, you can see the bones and other skeleton and other stuff. Will we see a Satguru inside us? Yes or no? Obviously no. Because Maharaj is not talking about this physical body. We have to understand that we are not this physical body. This physical body we are living in is temporary. It is going to perish one day. एक दिन खत्म हो जानी है. Anything which we touch, this mic, this body, this eyes, anything which we see, anything which we hear, anything we can feel, which are through our senses, the five senses, it is going to perish one day. एक दिन सारा कुछ खत्म हो जाना. शरीर भी खत्म. साडा जो चीज़ां ਆਪਾਂ ਵੇਖਦੇ हैं, the things which we like, and we all know, right? If we buy a new iPhone, even iPhone has an expiry. Who has iPhone 1 with them? Or iPhone 5, let's say. Anybody has iPhone 5? How about iPhone 10? Nobody. iPhone X, XR, iPhone 13, 12, 13? Nobody? 14? Which one you have, Ailu? Keda hai? 13. So he has iPhone 13, but I'm sure previously you had some other iPhone. Keda sikha pehla? 10. किथे गया? किथे गया? Trading करता, right? It's gone basically. Nothing we have today is going to stay with us. Nothing. Either we trade in or it's gonna be gone. ये चीज आपा सीखनी है. Why we have so much attraction towards these worldly things? Because we think they are going to be with us forever. If I break your iPhone 13, I'm sorry. Will you be angry? Obviously, right? Because we have attachment. Sanukiya attachment of the things. This is what we have to learn, that nothing is going to be with us forever. And it's not just, oh, you understand. Mentally, everybody understands this. But we still get angry. If somebody is going to break my iPhone, probably I will be also a little bit upset. Maybe I will not, I'll show no, I'm not upset, but maybe I will. Inside I will. So what is there inside us? Is there that something inside our physical body which gives us this attachment? साडे शरीर के अंदर कोई चीज है? हाँ जी, anybody? What is there in our mind which makes us attracted or attached towards things? Any answer? सोचो. Thoughts ही है ना, फुरने ही है ना. All are our thoughts. Can you see your thoughts through X-ray or through physical things? You cannot. Because mind is sukham. Mind is invisible. Body is physical, brain is physical, but the thoughts are invisible. Sukham anu kehande, subtle. You cannot see the thoughts. Inside our mind, there are some invisible entities. There are some invisible entities. Those entities are called thieves, chor, panj chor jinu kehande. Everybody who grew up in the Sikhi culture, they know about these 5 vices. They call it vices. Panj chor keh dende, panj doot keh dende. Lust, greed, anger, attachment, ego. 5. We all know. But we don't understand that these are the entities which live inside us. Sade man de andar hagiyan ਵਾ. Sade dehi, sukham dehi de andar. Let me give you, I don't have a projector today, but let me try to draw it in your mind today. One is a physical body. There is another body inside us, which is called a sukham. Sukham is subtle body, which cannot be seen through X-ray or through MRI. Maharaj says, Sukham Murat Naam Niranjan Kaya Ka Akar. What is Kaya? Kaya is a physical body. Sukham Murat lives inside that physical body. That Sukham Murat is there, that invisible body is there. Inside that invisible body, there are multiple things going on. Sukham Murat, Naam Niranjan. Naam Niranjan is also Sukham, is also subtle. ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੁਖਮ ਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੈ, it is sitting inside. ਉਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਵੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ? ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਵੀ. And when he speaks, there is a word coming out of that Satguru. He also speaks. That might not be this language, but that Satguru is also inside. Similarly, these 5 thieves also speak. Now it depends on the mind. What does that mind listen to? Mostly our mind, for all of us, including me, our mind will listen about the worldly things. Right? If you will go in the car and you love some music, if you will play that music, your mind will directly start talking or listening to that music. Why? Because 5 thieves are controlling our mind. And Gurbani says, Is dehi andar panch chor vasai, काम क्रोध लोभ मोह हंकारा, अमृत लूटे मनमुख नहीं बूझे, कोई ना सुने पुकारा. कहते 5 चोर तुहाडे विच बैठे. These 5 thieves are sitting inside you. Dehi. And this dehi is not physical. Normally people call this physical body a dehi. But Gurbani clears us for us. कहते dehi gupt bidehi dise. Maharaj कहते this is not a dehi, this is not an actual body, this is bidehi. It cannot be seen, the actual dehi. Because this body is going to perish. This is a maya. Ye sharir sab mool hai maya. Everybody, nobody can live in the physical body forever. We are here for a limited time. Depending upon how many swas we have. Now we have to learn how to connect our mind with the Satguru inside us. It's very easy to connect with these 5 thieves. There are 2 paths, right? When you will go out of the Gurdwara Sahib, either you can go left or you can go right. Is there any other path? When you just go out of the Gurdwara? No, right? Khabbe te sajje hi hai, do hi hai raste. Similarly, we also have 2 paths. And Gurbani says those 2 paths are, one path is called live, other is called tat. One goes to this world, worldly things, which most of us will go, and other goes to the live. Live is love for God. But it cannot be done like, oh, somebody says, oh, I love God. it's not going to be like that. You have to do something about it. And mostly it is a kirpa. Mostly it is a kirpa. Let's go back to our Sakhi. So these Siddhas were asking, who is your Guru? Maharaj said, Pavan Argamb Satgur Mat Vela. As soon as this whole world was started through the Pavan, through the breath, through the air, easily, you know, hava kehne hai, air kehne hai, ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ air is a major element. This whole world started with the air. Pavan Arambh Satgur Mat Vela. As soon as Pavan started, Satgur also started playing its game. So inside you, there are two things which are going on. One is these 5 thieves, as a group, they are generated, they are controlled by a kal or a death. And the second thing is Satguruji in the form of Naam. Satguruji is there to help you out. He is going to help you. Just think about it. When you're driving very fast on a highway and some car comes behind you, sometimes what you do is you just take your car on the right hand side and then you think, how did I do that? How did I knew that the car was coming? Something happens inside you which makes you kind of take your car on the right hand side or the left hand side just to save yourself. Sometimes you have an intuition, a sixth sense. You have a sixth sense. 5 senses are, we talked about, these are controlled by the 5 thieves. There is a sixth sense. You know that this is going to happen. Who is telling you that? That is Satguruji inside you. And Maharaj says that Satguruji inside you is there in the form of Jyot, in the form of light. Sab mein Jyot, Jyot hai soe, tisde chanan, sab mein chanan hoye. This light is there inside you, and it is not just inside you, it is inside everybody. Does not matter who you are, what religion you have, whether you are a Hindu, you are a Muslim, you are a Sikh, you are a Christian, you cut your hair, you don't cut your hair, that Satguruji is inside you. It does not matter. Physical appearance is only for this physical body and it is going to perish one day. But your mind, the Jyot of Vaheguru is going to stay forever. Hamesha vaste rehna ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ. You are an eternal being. Eternal being ਦਾ ਕੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ? ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ. Similarly, Satguru ji is also eternal. The definition of Satguru given in Gurbani. ਕੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ definition Satguru ji? Satgur ਮੇਰਾ ਸਦਾ ਸਦਾ ਨਾ ਆਵੇ ਨਾ ਜਾਏ ਇਹ ਅਬਿਨਾਸ਼ੀ ਪੁਰਖ ਹੈ ਸਭ ਮੇ ਰਹਿਆ ਸਮਾਏ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ Satguru is going to live forever. He does not come, he does not go. But where does he live then? He lives in everybody. Sab mein rahya samaye. And nobody can touch him, nobody can kill him. So why not to connect with that Satguru? And Guru Sahib is telling how to connect with that Satguru. Gurbani is all about telling us how our mind has to connect with the Satguru. Not just the physical body. Not just the physical body. It is good we come to the Gurdwara. It is good we do a matha take. But what we are asking for, the worldly things, which is fine. It is a good way to start connecting with Satguru. But we have to understand the physical things which we ask, the physical things which we try to accomplish are not going to live forever. We have to connect with the Satguru. That's why Maharaj says, Shabad Guru Surt Tunchela. Surt is nothing but your mind, your focus. Your mind has to connect with the Shabad, the sound. What is Shabad? Shabad is a sound which is coming out of the Satguru. And that Shabad is, that sound is inside you. That sound is also called a cosmic sound. You have all known about the Big Bang theory. That there was a Big Bang and that Big Bang created the whole universe. Gurbani says, Jo Brahmande, Soi Pinde, Jo Khoje, So Pai. That in the Brahmand, the sound which is there, it is inside you also. You just have to learn how to connect with that sound. Now, how to connect with that sound? Connecting that sound is rather easy. Guru Nanak Dev Ji has made it easy. When you go in a freeway, and in the freeway, when there is a congestion, there's a lot of traffic in the freeway. Traffic coming from left, traffic coming from right, there's a lot of noise. And you see that, oh, your friend is in another car, but his windows are closed, and there's too much noise of the traffic. When you will call your friend, will he be able to listen? Probably not. There's too much noise. और जिन्हों आप पंजाबी च कहते बड़ा रौला पिया है. So much noise is there that you cannot understand each other. Same thing is happening within our mind. साडे मन च भी same चीज हो रही. बहुत रौला है. This noise in our mind is of thoughts. Some people will say, oh, why I'm sitting here? Why can't I go out? Why I came to the Gurdwara? What good it is to come here, right? But when we go to the movie theater and the movie is interesting, we love it. We love it. We say, let's watch a movie. I've paid for the movie. Let's watch it. There are always a duality. There is always a duality going in our mind. दुविधा जिन्हों पंजाबी च कहते हैं. ये चीज मैं करनी है, ये चीज नहीं करनी. Who is deciding that? Because we don't have a control on our mind. We don't have a control in our mind. Our mind is out of the leash. You know, if there is a dog and you don't put a leash on the dog, take a leash out, te kutta bhajya firda hai. Same thing is happening in our mind. We don't have a control in our mind. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Man jeete, jag jeet. How can they also tell him, they tell us, Ai panthi, sagal jamati, man jeete jagneet. As a congregation, as a sangat, we can come and control our mind through Guru's Shabad. When we will control our mind, what will happen? Our thoughts will be killed. We will have from multiple thoughts, we'll go with one thought, and from 1 to 0. Then our mind will be in control. When there will be no traffic on the freeway, and if you see your friend out there, when you will call your friend, they will listen to you. Because there's no traffic. Same thing with our mind. When we will kill the thoughts of our mind, we can hear the Satguru who is inside us. That light of Vaheguru. We can see the light of Vaheguru inside us. Right now we can't see it. We can't hear it because there's too much traffic. And Maharaj says, to do that, you have to do Simran. You have to wake up your mind so that your mind can start listening to Satguruji inside you. The Shabad which is there inside you. The Naam which is there inside you. But you have to wake up your mind. Without waking up your mind, you cannot listen to that Shabad. Simar, simar, simar gur apna, soya man jagai. Can they wake up your mind through Simran? All the problems, all the pain of mind which you have to do Simran. Because all the pain is because of our thoughts. All the thoughts which we have. Angry, we get angry. We get greedy. We have lust inside us. All these different thoughts which are creating a problem, which is creating a pain in us. We have problems in the family, clashes. Maharaj says you have so much clash in your house, which is clash. You're arguing and all that stuff. People don't gel with each other because everybody has different thoughts. But if we will kill our thoughts, bring our mind in sedge, bring our mind in peace, we will start gelling with each other. We'll start resonating with each other. And how to do that? Maharaj says, Simro, simar, simar sukh pavo, kal klesh tan mahe mitao. Kehte you have to do Simran. And now let's ask Guru Sahiban how to do that Simran. Kis tarah karna hai? Kiਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਨਾ? Guru Ramdas Sache Pasha gives us that answer also. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Gaviye, Suniye, Mana Rakhiye Pao. You have to chant from your tongue, listen from your ears with love, pyar de naal. Gur Shabad da jaap karna hai, Gur Mantra da. Mantra literally means mantra, the tool of a mind. Now, Guru Ramdas Sache Pasha says, जो सास गिरास त्याए मेरा हर हर सो गुरसिख गुरु मन पाए. You have to do सास गिरास simran. You don't have to do any yoga. You don't have to do any breathing exercise. When you say Vah, tummy in, listen to your voice. Guru, tummy out, listen to your voice. Two things will happen. A, your mind will start focusing on this Gur Shabad, your own voice. अपनी आवाज ਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ. दूसरा, these nostrils, the breath in your nostrils will automatically start getting controlled. But you have to do these things. First we have to learn tummy in, tummy out, tummy in. Because normally when we speak, our tummy goes out. But we have to do a reverse thing. We have to put a tummy in. Wah, tummy in, little bit. Not so much. Not too much pressure. Just little bit. Wah, tummy in. Guru, tummy out. And listen to your own voice. Let's try a little bit. All of us. We don't have to feel shamed what others think if we speak, right? We have to try. Aao ji shuru kariye. Vah, Guru, 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 Guru, Vah, 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 Guru. Everybody try please. Guru, Vah, 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 guru va 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 guru guru va 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 guru guru va 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 guru Vahguru, 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 Vahguru. सब सुरती मिल सुरत कमाई, सब कीमत मिल कीमत पाई. When we come together and when our surat is connected, surat as in mind are connected, and we do a teamwork as a congregation, as a Sachi Sangat, when we meditate, when we do Simran with this way, what happens is our yatra, our journey towards Vaheguru is easier and easier. Access to the Satguru, which is inside us, is easier and easier. Thoughts will be killed. When thoughts will be killed, your mind will start going in peace. You'll feel better. But you have to do Saskara Simran. Without doing it, it is a practical. The path of Sikhi is practical. We can't just read it and understand it and don't do it. We have to do it practically, and not here just in the Gurdwara side, also within our family. We have to make our Sangat a family. And there will be so much peace, there will be so much love, and there will be no conflict and duality in our mind. But we have to do it. If we will not do it, we will still have a conflict and still have a duality. To come out of the doubts, to come out of the hate, to come out of the anger, we have to do the Simran. That's the message of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Hukme andar sabko, bahar hukam na koe, Nanak hukme je bujhe, taho main kahe na koe. Our ego stops us for doing Simran. Our ego will tell us, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Why should you do it? Why? If we will not taste a food, we will not know the taste. You have to taste it before knowing what the taste is going to be. You have to eat it first to know the taste. Without eating, you will not know it. You have to try doing Sikh meditation, which is a Simran, rather than, not doing it. We have to try. We have to come out of our ego. And Maharaj says, if you will understand that hukam is inside you, it's in everybody. That jyot, that light of Vaheguru is in everybody. Aval Allah noor paya, kudrat ke sab bande. Ek noor te sab jag upjay, kaun pale, kaun mande. Then you will not say this person is like this person is like that. Hindus are like that, Muslims are like that, Sikhs are like that, Christians are like that, Jains are like that, Buddhists. Everybody will be the same for you then. Because everybody was created by Vaheguruji, by God. Then you will love everybody rather than hate people. Any seva parvan karna ji will go next next time, next Saturday, every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. here in Livermore Gurdwara Sahib. We'll go next. आओ जी ਹੁਣ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰੀਏ। ਹਮ ਅਵਗੁਣ ਪਰੇ ਏਕ ਗੁਣ ਨਾਹੀ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਾੜ ਬਿਖੈ ਬਿਖ ਖਾਈ। ਮਾਇਆ ਮੋਹ ਭਰਮ ਪੈ ਪੂਲੈ, ਸੁਧ ਦਾਰਾ ਸਿਉ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਲਗਾਈ। ਇਕ ਉਤਮ ਪੰਥ ਸੁਣਿਓ ਗੁਰ ਸੰਗਤ, ਤੈ ਮਿਲੰਤ ਜਮ ਤਰਾਸ ਮਿਟਾਈ। ਇਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਾਠ ਕੀਰਤ ਕੀ, ਗੁਰ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸ਼ਰਨਾਈ। ਇਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਾਠ ਕੀਰਤ ਕੀ, ਗੁਰ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸ਼ਰਨਾਈ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਚੁੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ।